Director of Breaking Dawn, Part 1 and Part 2, Bill Condon. And now, I'd like to introduce our three stars from Breaking Dawn. Kristen Stewart. Taylor Lautner. And Robert.
Robert.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Looks like our first question right here.
I asked my readers, their fans, some questions that I'd like to ask you now. Two questions. What was it like coming in Brazil, and how does it feel to be loved all over the world?
I know, it's very hard.
All wrapped up.
Doing Brazil was great. That was amazing. It was amazing to that's where it's going to be her honeymoon, and to go to actually, and she actually hadn't been, but we went in search of what she wrote as our lesbian. We found it, it was very cool. We would take that, have her road trip to work. That was great. We got stranded.
It was nice being able to shoot on the actual streets and see the people. And to see that within the context of this movie is definitely jarring in a great way. It's very good.
Yeah.
Love the world. I'm just going to motivate. It's nice. It's different. Love necessarily, but in shooting in Brazil, I don't even know where I'm talking. Shooting in Brazil, it's interesting. One of the interesting things about having an international fan base, every single country has totally different reactions to you and to the movie. And shooting on the street in Brazil, compared to people trying to sneak a picture or something, or shooting in the States or Canada, like in Brazil, people literally stop trying to grab you. And so it was pretty fun on the set.
In the shot, yes.
In the shot, yeah.
And you were there kind of ago, because it was here, there was an extra look exactly what it was.
So weird.
It was so weird.
I was not there. I do love Brazil, but I was not there. But they came back and they showed me this picture. But they told me first that there was an extra that looked just like me. I was like, okay. They showed me this picture that I even thought it was me. It was the weirdest thing. So, did you guys have to place him further back? In case the camera.
Oh, we kept pushing his way ahead shot.
That's the thing, he was acting like he was here.
Yeah.
He looked like an eclipse poster.
Totally rewriting the story. They go on their honeymoon and there you are.
That would be so hilarious. The camera just is going over, you guys are walking through, and I'm just standing there like this. Just watching you guys.
Our next question is right here.
Do you think that Breaking Dawn movies will truly be the end of the Twilight saga, or do you think there'll be some sort of spin-off or continuation of it in the movie somehow?
Breakfast time. Twilight eclipse.
What? Cereal bowl?
Breakfast brunch. I don't know. Yes, that's definitely good. Yes. I second that.
Yeah, breakfast time.
I think she always says it's the end of the Bella. It's the end of the Bella Edward story. I think, but I mean, especially in the second movie, there's so many new characters that I'm sure. I'm not sure, but I suspect she'll want to revisit them at some point.
It sounds like you have some secret knowledge.
I
Over here.
I have a question for the actors. What was the most, out of all the Twilight films, what was the most secretive scene that you had to film? And also, what was the scene that you had to film that you felt was probably the most exposed to fans?
The wedding was definitely, it was Secret Service style, insane. I mean, the crew was completely inconvenienced and just, rumbling around the set like, I can't have a cell phone, I can't have a cell phone, email. Exactly. It's like, you don't understand what it means to us, thank you so much. Like, if this dress gets on the internet, I'll die. But that really was crazy.
And then there was a helicopter, right?
Yeah.
And right as you're ready to get out.
I had a Volturi cloak on, because that's all that we had to cover up. It was really funny.
Yeah.
What was the scene you thought was the dancing aspect of the set?
That probably didn't just not really. We didn't have to do anything which was like too intimate or anything with a lot of people around. I mean, we didn't know there were a lot of people around.
We didn't know when we were being like photographed and stuff. That was always a weird experience after the fact. Being like, oh, the whole scene.
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This movie is a lot of the movie takes place inside. So most of our time spent we were in Baton Rouge filming on a stage, and then we had 2 months in Vancouver. But I mean, this Breaking Dawn is very intimate, and I just feel like they did a really good job at allowing us to just, be creative and just be able to do each other. We really didn't have to focus on being distracted and anything like that on this movie.
They protected us.
Over here.
Right here. This question's for Kristen. I feel like Breaking Dawn was such an emotional journey for Bella. You got the honeymoon, wedding, getting pregnant. What was it like filming for months, and how did everything that was happening to Bella kind of affect you personally?
Everything. I can't draw a line between myself and stuff that I do. It's funny, I don't want to make it sound like it's not just about this, but really with everything that I do, it's hard for me to take myself out of it. So I've been building up to these moments for 4 years. I was 17 when I started doing this movie, and this one really is loaded with those really cathartic, impactful, huge life moments, and they're not all completely fantasy. They're really, very rooted in a reality that I can completely see myself in. And anyone who reads the book could imagine it. Shooting the scenes, I had to kind of let myself realize that these moments will find themselves naturally, and I can't let the book, punch me in the face every morning to wake me up and give me some gaze. You have to, let the moments happen. And they did, and I tried to, you just really went for it. And a lot of it, I do feel like it's very, very close to the book and really sincere telling a story, but at the same time, we sort of added bits. There are surprises that surprised me too, in the more iconic bits, in the wedding and at the honeymoon, and lots of it.
I think the thing that makes me is that there's no bigger fan of Twilight than Kristen. I mean, it is. It's true. You are. I mean, you're approaching it as an actress as the way you describe it, but also it's she's always there. I know what it felt like when I read this the first time, and it's pushing to make sure she's capturing that feeling and that. It was really. I mean, you did put that pressure. I feel like this is
such a self-conscious answer, but yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I have sort of a nerdy question for both Tom and Grant. We were sort of discussing the idea of how this movie might fit into your other work.
Yeah.
We feel like there's a theme running through your films of societal repression and people sort of not being allowed to be themselves. I'm wondering if you feel like that theme comes out in this movie.
I do. It would sound really pretentious to say that, but I do feel like I always look into people who are outsiders in some way, who are yearning, and all these characters are, Jacob is yearning all the time, and both these other two find a way to live the lives that they were meant to. I won't say more, but yeah, I do definitely. Yeah.
Do you personally have a favorite scene in the movie?
I didn't hear all.
Do you have a favorite scene?
Oh, favorite scenes, right? That's a good one. Because I have a lot of them. I know that sounds like.
I've always been able to choose one.
You're all.
I was going to say, Taylor's going to have a favorite.
Right.
No.
I'm about ready to let you down. I'm so sorry. I was going to say I've always been able to choose one for every single movie, but this one I can't. I don't know. There's so much going on in this movie, and all of the characters are dealing with their own little things. It's impossible for me to choose like my favorite scene in this movie, especially Jacob changes so much from the beginning to the end. So it's hard for me to choose like. Sorry.
Favorite scene?
Yeah.
I really like. I'm gonna not say none of our scenes together because I don't want to offend you boys. But I'm gonna. There's a scene with me and Charlie at the wedding that I love so much, and also with Renee as well. One after the other. I really like that.
I think the blood scene is kind of like so different to everything else in the movie. And also, it's for a fantasy series that has kind of young children to understand. It's quite far. It's quite hardcore. It's quite graphic. But it was what we're doing anyway.
I felt to be very graphic.
Yeah. There's no way to do it. I mean, if you do it like this, there should be no way to do it in any kind of game way. So it was fun. It was great. That's fun.
Over there.
Bill, this is you. When you were announced this project, one of the points you made before the original press release is that you were a big fan of Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know what you feel that was to you and what you're feeling about the genres in general.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like I was a kid. I was running home to see that show. Obviously, it was all kinds of fantasy creatures, mostly vampires and more just columns. And there was something. God, I think it's like growing up in a very intense Catholic household, maybe, or something. That makes you a little twisted. But I think it was that. But it's always I've always liked whatever vampire version, whatever new vampires and where I've always been interested in as I work with Twilight.
You got for the actors. Do you guys kind of ever wish that this was a small independent film and just ran like on the Sundance Channel every month? Your lives would be very different. How do you tune out the enormous distractions that you find in the next few work?
If this was tiny little independent going around Sundance, then we would not be able to. We wouldn't be able to do this justice. I mean, maybe the first few. This one is really a big movie. It's nice to be indulgent. It's nice to shoot for 6 months with an A-lister, and yeah, sure. It wouldn't be sitting here doing a press conference about it. We would be sitting in some cool little snowy lofty place. There's no. What I'm saying is there's really no difference. We'd be having the same conversation, probably. So.
Over against the wall.
Hey guys, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us today. Comic-Con is all about embracing your inner nerd. So, throughout all these films and being together so much, what are some nerdy things, geeky things you guys have learned about each other?
Breakfast time.
Kristen. I think Kristen would say it's nerdy, but
I think I'm always cool.
Kristen literally only watches the cooking channel, and especially on set, it's bizarre having it. She has a TV in the makeup trailer, which is always on.
It was dismal times.
It's her own diva-ish behavior. having the cooking channel on all times in every room.
And you all reap the benefits.
It's true. Thanks a lot, Dad.